Hi, I'm Drew, a drag queen living in LA with my husband Curtis, my dog JB, and no friendly neighborhood lesbian.
Huh.
Oh,
I'm Grant, and I'm a former pastor living in Florida with my wife, 4 kids, a couple of dogs, and lesbians everywhere. Just a
yeah,
gaggle of them all over
yeah,
the place.
Florida.
On this week's episode, we cover all kinds of topics, but I get to show Drew how one of our favorite Christian bands has really embraced
The
the MAGA
nationalism
movement.
of it all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good for them.
And then I tell Grant what his butthole looks like.
He does. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I'm here too.
Oh,
Weird. Do you hear something?
okay. I think. Oh yeah, we do have a special Paula phoning in this week. So enjoy the show.
Paula's
Yeah,
here.
lesbians!
Hi, welcome to Twinnuendo. I'm Drew, and I'm.
And I'm Grant, and I am as straight as an arrow. I'm so straight, I'm almost not. That's how straight I am.
I was watching a TikTok today, and I don't remember the context, so this is going to seem insane. But
All
when you
right.
said, I'm straight, I'm so straight, I was trying to think of,
I
like,
did
well,
say
where's
that
he going from this? Where's he
15
going
seconds
with
ago.
this?
Mhm.
And I saw a TikTok where someone was out with their grandmother.
Yeah,
What
so far
was
straight.
it?
So far so straight.
Yeah, very straight. And she said, like, it was, I don't remember her name. It doesn't matter. Anyway, but she was out with her grandmother.
This is good.
and she suddenly wasn't feeling well. And her grandmother said, well, then we better get up and leave because there's no way I'm going to be able to drag you out of here. And if I drive, it's going to take an hour to get home because I don't do left turns anymore. I don't know. Directional. It got in my head. But that's funny. That's something, kids, that's something you have to think about. Enjoy your left turns now.
'Cause one
Things
day-
change.
They'll be gone. They'll be
Enjoy
gone.
your bed on the floor. I'm seeing a lot on TikTok. I'm seeing a lot of kids, a lot of Gen Z, a lot of
Just sleeping on the floor.
Well, they put the beds on the floor. They want to be like
Bed
Japanese
floor people.
Thank
don't
you.
know.
And they want to be close to the floor, and that looks so fun. Once you get to be our age, you'll never get out of bed.
That's 100% true. Talking about old people, Piper, my daughter's show today, there was the oldest people who are still alive on Earth were sitting in front of me, and they were very sweet.
They're great at theater. They're great at theater.
And they had their hearing aids in, and I was like, fucking losers. But their hearing aids, my hearing aids you control with your phone. Theirs have the old like crank knob on it, like they put like
Yeah.
the stick in it and crank it. During the whole performance, she was just doing her EQ. Every song, she'd be like, "Oh," and she'd turn it down.
At least she
It was-
knows
it
what
was
she needs.
Actually, pretty great. No, Drew, I was saying, I want everyone to know, I'm still the straight brother. I'm real straight. I'm as straight. I'm as straight as the.
Okay, I'm
So,
so
I mean-
sorry to quote William Shakespeare at you, but thou doth protest too much, thou thus.
I
You
say that
also
all the
talk
time.
to a bunch of fucking queers on the internet now. You talk to more queer people than me, so
Yeah.
maybe straight is not the right word to use. We also don't need labels. We don't need
lonely
labels in this
is
world.
lonely is the right label, I think, is what you're looking for. People have been commenting that every intro I slide further and further away from God and into gayness, and so
Yes.
I'm trying to reset. I'm trying to reset.
Oh, sure. Well, then you
Straight
need
as
to
a-
slide
straight
towards
as an arrow.
God. You need to slide towards God. That's what you need to do.
That's it.
Listen,
I'm
fellas,
gonna pray
if you're
and
starting
say
to
how
feel a
much I
little
love
gay,
Jesus.
if you're starting to feel a little gay, you need to get back on your knees in front of that half-naked Jesus hanging on a cross. That's going to put you straight, okay?
And profess your
are
love
his
to him.
Are his abs
So
incredible? Are they
So tight.
Are they moist with his sweat and blood?
Of love for you, love sweat for you.
He is.
He
And
is.
nothing. I don't know where I'm going with this. Some Jesus.
We're both
are
straight
hot,
now.
I guess is where I'm going with this. Can I
Drew-
make a special announcement?
I don't know how to stop you, but yeah,
Great.
go ahead. I'm gonna try to figure
For
out how to
our-
stop you.
Thank you so much. For our video viewers, today
Can't
I
figure
am
it out.
wearing the shirt that I bought that had poop on it.
Oh,
And it's worth it. No, I mean, I washed it.
I know, but
Like,
you
look at
can't though. Like, okay, you washed it, but like spiritually, it's not washed. Oh God, I don't like it.
I do think about poop when I wear it, though.
I
Well,
don't-
I think about poop all the time. Can I be vulnerable? Can I be open? Can I be
I don't know how much more open you can
vulnerable
be
and
than
open?
telling a story about you got poop on something. Sorry, you got something that had someone else's poop on it, and you were like, "I want that in my home."
Because
I'm
I
actually going to go
put-
talk to
I-
another adult about it with no
because
shame.
I put my poop on other people, so I feel like this is just the cycle of life. The circle of life. Mufasa in theaters soon. Our building is an older building. It was built in the
Hundreds.
Yes. I don't know if you know this, folks, but plumbing it's a poor design, okay? They're always improving, but you're going to get older buildings with pipes that aren't made for the dookies that this world now offers. The
You need
poops of
pipes to do
2024
this, not
are very
some
different.
Of the old ones do this.
Exactly.
That's not the.
exactly.
You need them like this. We didn't
So
understand
our
gravity
pipes, our building's pipes got filled with 100-year-old poop.
to the brim.
I do think this building was built in the 1980s, but there were 100-year-old poops from the previous buildings, you understand, and it exploded. So for the past 3 days, our water has been off, and they do turn it on occasion.
What do you mean it exploded? Can you tell me what does that mean?
The pipe burst, and they
what
had to turn our
pipe?
water
You say
off.
the pipe? There's a
The
single
poop pipe. The poop
Oh,
pipe.
that's taking all your poop out.
The poop pipe. Well, something right in front of our building. There are trucks. They have torn up the ground. There's water. There's sewage everywhere. There's like poop all over the road, and some of it's mine. And I'm not embarrassed.
That's cool.
If anything, I'm proud. Drive over it. Drive
Yeah.
over my poop. Oh, you want to? Oh, I'm sorry. You trying to get to work? You're gonna go to work today?
Sorry about my poop. Sorry about my
Oh, I'm
poop
sorry.
in the
My
road.
poop is right there. Anyway,
making
so for the
little
last
poop
3
speed bumps.
days, we will
Poo
occasionally
bumps.
have water for like an hour. Have you ever put water in a bucket in case you have to poop? That's what we're doing. That's what we've been doing. But I have great news, everyone. Right after they offered to put all of us up in a hotel, the water came back on. And they said, oh, this is exciting. They said it'll probably stay on all day. Probably. Isn't that exciting?
Do you want to film from your bathroom so you can poop the whole time, just in case you can't poop anymore?
I have gotten it all out. If anything, I'm worried that I
Oh.
might have caused a hemorrhoid because I was like, get it out. You don't have time. You don't have time.
Let me take a look. Put it up there.
Grant, can I ask you this?
Put it up there. Yeah.
Grant,
Yeah.
as a straight man, have you ever seen your butthole?
Can I tell you, honestly, I don't think I have. Truly. I know. Listen. I know. Listen. I was talking to Angela about the inequity in most heterosexual relationships where I've
The
seen,
holes.
yeah, I've seen a
Inequity in
butthole,
holes.
like a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And
I
we've
bet
been
it's
together
beautiful.
over 20 years. It's like the Mona Lisa. It kind of smiles, and it looks like it's following you around the room. She's never, in over 20 years, she's never seen the little guy back there. Never
Okay,
seen
Grant.
it. And I don't think
Grant.
I have. I don't think I've seen it. If
Let
I'm
me tell
honest,
you.
I don't think I've seen it.
Let me tell you this.
Okay.
Now, we are twins. And so the last
we
time I
were
brought up...
connected at the butthole.
Yeah. The last time I
we were
brought up our
born.
bodies being sad nipples, right? And we both checked and both of our nipples were sad. And it's the holiday season. I'm not
It's really
supposed to eat
fucked me
right
up.
now. So it's fine. I'm going to bring you some good news that you didn't know about yourself.
Yeah?
Our buttholes are so pretty. Like,
Really?
yeah. Okay. So let me give you a reason. Okay. So
I'm just sitting on this treasure for years.
Grant, it's
no one's seen
it's
it.
so good.
No one
Well, let me
has
tell
seen
you.
it.
Most buttholes, in my experience,
Okay.
and I was a sex addict for over a decade.
Yeah.
Probably over
butthole
2
expert.
decades, if we're being honest. I'm a butthole expert. I've seen them
Why are you
all.
lying?
Most of them, you see the sphincter, you see the muscles, so it looks like a balloon knot, and you have
Yep.
all the skin going in. It looks like a little balloon knot,
We don't
which
need
is
that, but-
beautiful. It's its own beautiful design, and it looks
Intelligent design.
powerful.
Would you say that?
It's intelligent.
Intelligent
Yeah, I would
design?
say God designed it. God did design the butthole. Listen, he's made a
Intelligent
lot of
design.
mistakes, but the butthole is not one.
Not there.
However,
Not there.
our butthole I call the coin slot because our sphincter is not visible. So honestly, this is how I describe it, and I mean this with all of my butthole, okay? It looks like...
Real quick. Hey, Amanda,
Stop.
stop watching this. Amanda, stop.
It looks like you baked bread at home. It's the pandemic, you baked bread.
Yep.
And then you're letting it cool, but while it's still a little warm, you take a little butter knife and you just go boop, boop. And in a very smooth fashion, it creates like a tiny little slit, and it's warm and inviting. That's what our butthole looks like. It's not stained. Our butthole is not stained. I can't speak for yours.
I do
Our
sit in
butthole looks-
Kool-Aid a lot.
Our butthole looks amazing. We got
That
really
is such
lucky.
good news. Drew,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding when I say
I
that.
love our butthole.
That my wife nor myself have ever seen my butthole.
I have to say, I do worry about the coloring of yours if you haven't ever done anything with it. And I do worry about the hair, the amount of hair.
I wash it. I wash the
Well,
the,
you're
that
leaps
guy.
and bounds beyond other straight men. We have a great one. I just want,
That's pretty
from me to
great.
you, we have a great one.
You know what's great? Drew, I'm not kidding. I don't think anyone's ever seen it. I can't even think of a doctor going back there.
I don't know that anyone ever needs to see it, but I hope that brings you a little bit of peace and joy.
Let us know
And
in the
if anyone
comments
wants
if
to
anybody needs
see
to
our butthole, if anyone wants to see our butthole, DM me, because listen, I don't send out nudes, but I will send you a picture of my butthole. I am that confident. in
Let
our
me say,
butthole.
listen. Let me say, maybe this
And I
is
want to
a.
thank everyone from Bellevue Baptist Church who are listening, everyone from Mississippi College.
Let me say
Amanda
this-
Penrose, love
this-
you, girly. Our butthole is so nice. It's a coin slot. You could put a little dime in it. If
let
it's
me
been a
say
busy
this.
weekend, you could put a quarter.
I think we're missing a fundraising opportunity. Who wants to see it for the first time? Who wants to? This is a real Geraldo opening Al Capone's vault for the first time. I don't even know what my butthole looks like. So who's in?
It's amazing.
Who's
It's
in?
amazing.
That's good to know. That's really good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this went a completely different way than I thought.
Well, you didn't tell me what we were talking about today, and if you don't give me direction, I'm going for butthole.
For butthole, that's
is-
true. That's on me.
That's the
That's on
gay
me.
story.
So, Drew, so on that note, I saw this TikTok. I know I've told you about it, but I haven't shown it to you, and I want to show it to you on here. Did I tell you about the band Skillet having a new song about faith and family?
No.
All right, do you know Skillet? Does that ring a bell?
Yes, Grant.
Okay, so we went to Houston High School in Germantown, Tennessee.
Skillet was a Christian band, just so you know.
And Skillet was the first the band members of the first graduating class of Houston High School.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
1990?
96, I believe.
96.
96. And so anyway,
Wow.
they were a big deal. They were this big Christian band.
They were.
I saw them so many times. And as a student pastor, I brought kids to see them so many times.
This is
They're
going to blow your
hard-
mind, kids.
They're hard
Hit
rockers.
Skillet.
So they have gone full Christian nationalist, MAGA
Nice.
supporters, like hardcore, like absolutely hardcore.
Well, that's how their music is, man.
They released this
Hardcore.
this video, this TikTok of
No.
of it, and I want to show it to you. Oh man! All right, you can see it.
Oh, no. Yeah.
All right, so first of all, do you have any comments on his appearance?
Oh, wood.
Really
Raw. Yeah. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. I'd let him
Okay.
I'd let him put a coin in my slot. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, brother?
And apparently, he might be into it because we got some just killer slots around here.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, so I thought this was a joke the first time I saw it, and then I looked him up, and this dude is very much just red pill,
Crazy.
MAGA Christian nationalist. It's really great.
I'm
so,
hard. I'm in.
are you ready
Let's
for the
do it.
song?
Hell yeah, brother.
I hope it's not too loud. If it's too loud, I'll start it over. Just give me a.
My faith, my family, my freedom. My faith, my family, my freedom. That's what's beckoning. Gives me a reason for living. I gotta fight for
I'm dizzy.
what I believe and believe it. Love, loyalty, I place fidelity. In this land of liberty is everything. My faith, my family, my freedom's all that matters to me. So
yeah, dude. Are you kidding? Hell yeah. And then he did the little boop at the end.
Yeah.
Boop.
Yeah.
Great,
Someone should
right?
do. I want to see a what is that called? The movement, where you move to songs for ministry. What is that called?
Oh, interpretive movement, interpretive dance.
Whatever it is. Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to see one of those to that song.
God, it's so good.
And I love that he
also-
didn't have to leave his backyard to make a music video.
He also said that like faith and family and fidelity or something in this country is all that matters to me. Hey man,
agree.
what about Jesus? Hang on, Jesus? No, just America. That's cool.
No, faith and family.
So yeah, that's true. It's the same thing. So can I read you a couple of the comments? God, it's so good. I love that song.
Yeah, God is so good. I agree.
What was the Chat GPT prompt you typed in to get the lyrics for that song?
That's good.
I searched
good.
coworker music and this came up.
That's good.
I'm gonna lie. This is fire.
Have you seen the video that just came out? I don't know if it was like today or yesterday, but very recently. Gwen Stefani is
Oh yes.
doing some Christian thing.
It's
What was
it's the Mark Wahlberg app, the Catholic prayer app, right?
something. Yeah, I guess.
I think so.
Gwen Stefani's doing
what
a
it
like download this app and pray with other Christians or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the comment section of that video has also been very funny. But my favorite comment from it was,
Yeah.
someone get her to Tokyo so she can reconnect with her roots. I miss when she was Japanese. It was a lot more fun. The Christian prayer app, not my favorite.
So anyway, I just wanted you to hear that, and hopefully
That was
it helps you
beautiful.
reconnect to your roots. All right, Drew, are you ready for our topic? Are you ready for what we're
I
doing?
don't know. I honestly don't know.
Sorry, it's taking a little bit of prep. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look who it is.
That's so fucked
Oh my
up.
goodness.
It's Paula time. Remember that, Drew, the song we worked on. Paula Power. We can hear you. What?
Paula,
Oh, what's happening?
What are you doing here? You and my brother have had secret conversations, and now you're crashing the most successful podcast to come out of IMHO since IMHO.
Listen, it wasn't my idea.
Drew, I would like to say.
What is this about? Is this an intervention?
This is an intervention. Paula, just so people know who Paula is my favorite lesbian, and I put her up there with Eleanor Roosevelt, Susie Orman. Paula, you are the social media. What's her title, Drew? What is she called?
Oh, she's
don't
the
have
IMHO
one.
lesbian.
IMHO
Yep.
lesbian.
She doesn't have one because if she had a title, then the IRS would view her very differently than just a woman I donate to every month.
Well, that's why she's in Costa Rica. So, Paula, you're currently in Costa Rica, right?
I
This very
am
moment?
currently here.
And there's
Uh-oh.
there's
Am
a
I
roof
laggy?
on the building you're in?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you in the presidential palace right now?
Wow,
Is that
that's
how you have power
crazy.
and internet?
Whoa.
Oh
I
no,
live
it's
in
not
the
working.
Costa
Paula,
Rican
are you okay?
Royal Castle. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's a huge delay on Paula. Huge.
Oh, no.
Huge.
Wait,
No,
It
wait.
must be a
It's-
Costa
I can
Rican
fix
thing.
this.
Okay.
Everybody stop.
Well,
I can
let's see.
fix this.
Watch her hack into the mainframe.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Can
I can't believe you got Paula.
can
Why?
I have an idea. I want to share it with you when she's on. Can I intro her now, or do we need to wait on her?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Paula.
You do it.
So she's been with IMHO for a long time. How long has she been with IMHO?
Years. Paula was like an early Twitter fan. Like she liked the show so much that she started interacting with us before anyone knew who we were. And then she's like, hey, you do social media like an old lady. Maybe you should have someone else take it over. And I was like, okay, Paula. And we've never looked back.
And she said the exact same thing to me about Twinnuendo.
What?
That I do social media like an old lady.
To be fair, I said that.
Oh.
And she agreed.
Well, we did have a conversation where she was very honest about just how old I am. So that was cool
Yeah.
of her. Maybe we don't need to get her back on. The first time I met her was coming out to do DragCon. We
6
became
months ago.
fast friends.
The first time I met her, oh God, let me think back. It was DragCon. It was DragCon 2024. It was.
Yeah, dude.
Actually.
Yeah.
It was
And
DragCon.
she's one of my favorite people in the whole world. I love Paula. She's so funny.
Yeah, we all love Paula.
I love
what are you
Paula.
doing? Are you trying
I
to
can't-
claim Paula? I claim her.
No.
I claim her.
No.
She never
listen.
would have fallen in
We
love
have
in Chicago if it weren't for me.
way more.
The only happiness
in
she's
common.
ever had in life.
We talk about
is from me.
ladies.
Okay,
we talk
I
about
have brought her love. I
wrenches.
have brought her friendship. I
how
have
to
brought
fix
her
an alternator.
options for a new stepmom. Have you ever seen her dad? Her dad's like a hot Costa Rican Mr. Bean.
That's a combo I would expect. Where the
He looks
fuck
like
is
Mr.
she, dude?
Bean if Mr. Bean was a little hot. She has to go plug into the router down at City Hall. Give her a second.
The one router they have in Costa Rica.
Okay, watch it
Yeah.
with the accent stuff.
Costa Rica. Oh, Paula's back.
Okay.
And it's oh dear God.
Hell yeah, Paula.
It just said you don't have enough storage.
Wait, am I recording?
No, it's fine. Ignore it. It's just
Okay.
Riverside being silly.
Oh no, this is a disaster.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
You're great. Listen, Paula, I kind of gave you an intro when you weren't here, and so
Okay.
I would like for you to not having any idea what we said. I'd like for you to go, yes, all that's true. Whoa, Paula! Whoa.
None of that. Stop. I'm trying to set up here. I'm improvising. Don't look at my boobs.
God, Paula,
Why would you show us your boobs?
why would you do
I'm
that?
trying to set up.
God.
Do you know how much Drew has been trying to show his butthole in this episode so far? And
Not
here you
trying, offering to, if anyone is curious.
for a certain amount of money. Is that legal?
Wait.
That's way better.
Grant, I can tell you that my butthole, our butthole, it's well known. It's legend. Paula, how would you describe my butthole?
Wait, why does Paula know your butthole? Paula, why do you know his butthole?
Because I talk about my butthole all the time on IMHO.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a coin slot.
It's a coin slot. Correct. Correct. Well, because Grant's never seen his butthole. And
Paula,
so
I've
I
never
was
seen my
telling
butthole.
him-
I
was
really
telling
haven't.
him that our butthole is really nice, and if he ever wants to look at it, he might be pleasantly surprised.
I've also never seen my butthole.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
You're a
Paula.
lesbian.
You and me, baby.
I don't really use it.
Yeah,
You're
she
not,
didn't do that.
You don't go down there. You don't look at everything
bro.
and make sure it's
Nah,
like
bro.
in
Me and
working
Paula,
order.
bro. What'd I tell you? Boop.
What do you mean?
Give me 5. Come on, Paula.
You've never seen your butthole.
I've never. No.
What?
So,
That's
Paula-
crazy.
Here, Drew, can I explain why she's here? Can you relax about buttholes for a second? This video is
Well, if I
definitely not
relax about
monetized anymore.
buttholes, then there'll be an issue.
Yeah, you'll
'Cause I'll
ruin that
poop.
chair. Yep, we got it. Paula, she hasn't been featured on IMHO enough, apparently. I asked her
Yes,
if she'd
she
ever had a
has.
full guest spot, like full episode guest spot.
She doesn't want that. I've
She
asked her
does.
if she wants to
Nope.
be a permanent co-host, and she said
She
no.
does.
I've
She does. She
offered
cried
I've
about
to.
been this job multiple times. Yeah.
Well, I told you, as soon as your father and I marry, you will move here with me, and you could be a permanent guest host.
That's a good deal. What's your dad doing? Tell him to take it out. Tell him to do it. You'll have
I
internet.
think he and I would get along great. Grant, do you know something really? I think this is going to blow your mind. Okay. So her dad
not.
is like a radio guy, like a voiceover recording guy. What our dad always wanted to be, but he couldn't because of his racism.
I think Paula already told me this because we're best friends, but go ahead. What are you about to say?
Fuck. Well, the people don't know. So in the airport that she flies out of in Costa Rica, her dad is the announcement voice in Spanish, and then Paula is the English voice.
What?
Isn't that cool?
What?
Yeah, Paula, I tell
So cute.
everybody that. I think that is so cool.
You do? Why?
It's so cool.
What?
You're the voice at the airport. And you were what, like 12 when you recorded it? Like, that's so cool.
That's
You
so
don't think that's
cool.
cool?
Can you give us a
Yeah. If
line?
you ever
Give us a
come to
line.
Costa Rica, you will be annoyed
coming
as
to Costa
fuck
Rica.
though, by my voice.
If I ever come, obviously
we're
I'm
not.
coming when I marry your dad. Your
I'm not coming.
stepmom's in poor health, right?
She's actually the best.
She kind of a
ever,
bitch,
so
though?
you're gonna
Well,
compete.
She's kind of a bitch.
I don't know. She sounds like a bitch to me.
She
That's what
sounds a
Grant
little bit
said.
like a bitch.
Yeah, she sounds
a
like
little
like
bit?
a bitch.
Sounds kind of like
I
a
bet
bitch.
your dad's so
Shout
unhappy.
out Sandra.
She's kind of a bitch.
Don't say her name on my podcast.
I'll edit it out, brother.
Okay,
I've got
why
your
are you
back.
here? What's happening?
Here's why she's here. I was thinking, and then I called her and stopped thinking and started talking. And then we stopped being polite and we started getting real world. I was just thinking, Drew, we've had so many episodes and we don't talk lesbian enough. And I started to think, why is that? Because we're not. We're not the lesbian. And so I was thinking, who are my favorite lesbians? And I couldn't get any of them on the phone. And
Right.
Paula answered. And so I was just thinking, Drew, in LGBTQIA+, what's the first letter?
L, but I don't know what it stands for.
And it's not only the first in the little abbreviation. It's first in my heart. I love the lesbians. I love
Grant,
all you lesbians. Lesbians, I love
okay.
you.
I want you to say I want you to know that you sound insane. You sound ridiculous because
Lesbians, I love you.
It's like you're just now discovering lesbians are the backbone of all queer communities.
I know, dude. You
especially
say
drag
this all the
communities.
time, and now here I am trying to throw my support
And so you're
behind
like,
them, and you're
"Oh, I
shitting all
love
over
les-
it.
Do
Oh,
you
okay,
all
so
know
I
about
can't love them
lesbians?
anymore.
Hey,
I
have
can't
you
love
found
them.
out
I
about
can't love
lesbians yet?
lesbians. Oh,
They're
sorry.
so
Hey,
fucking
everybody.
cool.
Drew's gatekeeping lesbians. By the way, if you're just wondering who's gatekeeping lesbians,
And guess who built the gate?
It's Drew.
Guess who built the gate?
It's Drew.
Lesbians.
God.
I didn't think this would be so controversial.
Listen.
Have you seen that? Wait, lesbian.
Jojo Siwa.
No, obviously, there's a TikTok.
What just happened to your brain?
Never mind. It'll come back. Go
Were
ahead.
you thinking about my teenage Google searches?
Yes.
Yahoo
Okay.
searches?
There's a woman on TikTok who lives in Arkansas, and she goes to her family functions, and then she says controversial things to them, like a
Okay.
slapback. And one of them on Thanksgiving, they were saying something about gay people, and so she's holding a child, but you could see like her phone's off to the side, and she's like, well, we know that you don't care about this shit because we've seen your search history and you love lesbians. And the guy goes, hey. Whoa.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna tell this. Drew, you edited this out the last time I told this joke because you're afraid of offending the
Did I?
lesbians. Yes, and I told Paula because Paula reached out to me and she goes, "What was the lesbian joke?" And I was like, "Drew, fucking edited it out."
Okay, go ahead. Say it with Paula here, and we'll see.
I told it to Paula, and she liked it. And if
Paula's
she doesn't,
different. Paula's different.
she was
Keep
lying
going,
to
Grant.
me. It was at an open mic, and it's the best open mic joke I've ever heard. And this guy got up there, and he said that when he was a teenager and he would watch porn, he learned everything about sex from watching porn. And he would only watch lesbian porn because he was afraid if he watched guy-girl porn that looking at a penis would turn him gay. And so he only watched lesbians. He said, he's like, it took me a long time to figure out the stuff I didn't know. And he said, so for years, I was just out here scissoring bitches.
Okay.
Get it?
And I'll tell you
He's
tell
a
you why I cut
man.
it out. I'll tell you
It's
why I cut it out.
funny.
Because first of all, that was early days. That was like an early episode of
It was.
Twinnuendo.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hearing you so casually joke about, first of all, scissoring, which isn't a real thing, but secondly, hearing a
I've
straight
seen it.
man
Drew, I've seen it.
retell.
It's real.
Hearing a
I've
straight
seen
man retell the joke
I
of
would like
another
to-
straight
I would
man
like-
about a
oh.
lesbian, it made me uncomfortable. A lesbian, shh, don't silence me, lesbian. I'm telling you
And
how
Drew,
you feel.
And Drew, now we've
This is how you
illustrated.
feel.
Wow.
Now we've illustrated how white straight men are really the ones under attack now. And I mean, you said it.
Okay. Paula, how does that joke make you feel?
I thought it was funny, but also I do have to say, scissoring is a real thing. We just don't call it scissoring.
Yeah, Drew, it's called tribbing.
How'd you know that?
Because he looks at porn, Paula. He was in a group.
No, Paula.
He was in a porn group with his
I
church
take our
friends.
lesbian friendship really seriously, and also I do have Google. Yeah, I do have Google.
What is tribbing?
Genuinely,
It's the same
it's
thing.
the same thing as scissoring. It's just called differently because it's not really physically this. I don't know if you can show that on YouTube.
We're gonna.
We just did.
We're gonna.
Yeah, it's like more complicated than that.
Because of the labia.
It's just smashing it
Because
together.
of the like thighs and the. It's a lot.
What is it? What does
It's
it
a lot
feel
the
like,
way you do
Paula?
it. It's simple.
It's weird that I've known you for years and I've never asked you this, but now on a podcast seems like the appropriate time. Being a lesbian in modern world must be so fucking strange because you have straight men who fetishize you. You have gay men who are
I don't.
misogynistic, yet are
Ally.
also deeply obsessed with women.
It's true.
Is it? Do you find yourself negotiating with people around you all the time, like on what they
Good
think a
point.
lesbian is?
I wrote that question.
It's really complicated because literally it's like the only identity that isn't centered on men.
Yeah.
So like when you meet other people who aren't lesbians, it's like it's hard to connect and it's hard to like that's why that whole discourse on the internet about like lesbians who strictly date lesbians
Yeah.
because all of that,
Seen that.
like I get it. I understand the sentiment of it because everything else is centered around men. So this like one thing we have is really hard to connect with other people about it, and you kind of have to navigate those conversations of like, all right, I'll talk about a man. I wish I didn't have to, but I will.
Can you explain
yeah.
that more to me? Sorry, I feel like you said something that Drew understood, but I don't quite understand. You were like the
sorry,
thing
go
on
ahead.
the internet that.
Sorry.
Right.
Okay,
So
yeah, what are
there's
you
a
talking about?
thing. There's a thing on the internet. There's always discourse about lesbians on the internet. On Twitter, it's more about how men can be lesbians. And on TikTok, it's more about lesbians who exclusively date lesbians. They won't date bisexual women because
Okay.
bisexual women haven't decentralized men from their lives, is what the TikTok lesbians
Okay.
call
Got it.
So there's always a debate. Everybody's always fighting. And I
Kind of
don't
makes
know
sense
why.
to me.
What?
It kind of makes sense to me.
I know. I understand where it comes from. Like when I'm around strictly lesbians, it's so joyous and it's such a wonderful experience.
Because you're all so horny.
Because we all understand. We all kind of have like
Yeah.
we've all been through the same process of
But what do you
it's
do
really
when you don't
easy.
feel threatened? Like if it's just lesbians
only
around,
that-
like how do you feel? Like how would you even
Yeah,
know
how do
how
you
the
even
world
operate?
works? Yeah, if
'Cause
you're
you
not
only
like,
know
"Ah,
how to
shit,"
work
like if
Under
like
fear.
yeah, what's that even like?
Well, I always say that it was really easy for me to realize that I liked women and really hard for me to realize I didn't like men.
Oh, okay.
man.
I'm
And
listening.
it's like going through that emotionally is a lot.
Yeah.
So to be able to be with people who have gone through the same thing,
What do
Yeah.
you
It's
can you talk more
Yeah.
about that? What do you mean by that? Like what was that journey like? You don't have to share anything you don't want to because you are on a fucking camera with a mic in your face and you're going to go on YouTube. But what does that look like? Cuz I'm imagining we have a lot of younger listeners. There may be some like
do.
younger lesbians who are trying to
Kids.
who are experiencing the same thing. So what do you mean? What was that journey like? Like realizing you don't like men, realizing you do like women. What was that like?
so I'm obsessed with lesbian media, and I will always be obsessed with lesbian media.
I'm
You're
in
talking
queer
about
media.
like MSNBC.
I'm in
What are we
I'm
talking
in queer
about?
media.
But the first time I was ever like truly exposed to lesbian media is when I realized that I was into women. And do you guys remember way back when we didn't have streaming and there was a huge binder of like CDs
Yeah, of course.
in the house for you to
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. So my mom had a huge leather binder full of CDs, and she would always be like, Paula, you can watch any DVD you want in here except for this one disc. And it was this pink disc.
What a dumb
And I was
move.
like, okay,
what a dumb
why
move.
would you say that to,
is
like,
the
12-year-old?
That's
That's
the
Eve.
Garden of Eden. Yeah, that's the Garden of Eden
we got
problem.
sin because women are so weak.
They're
that what
like,
you're about to
don't
say,
touch
Paula?
this, and women are like, I
Is
gotta
that what
touch
you're
it.
about to say?
Yeah, so I wanted to watch it. So I
Of
grabbed
course.
my little
I want to watch it.
portable DVD.
Okay.
This is, I feel very dated.
You had a
right
portable DVD player? That is
In Costa
money.
Rica?
That's money. We
Yeah,
never even had one.
now. The early 2000s in a third world country is like the 80s in America, so we basically grew up in the same
Yeah, we did.
thing.
That's why we
Anyways,
get along.
So,
That's pretty
I
funny.
locked myself in my bathroom. I grabbed that little pink CD and I played it on my portable DVD.
What was it?
And it was the first half of the first season of The L Word.
Oh my God.
That
Why
No,
did your
I
mom
don't-
have
I don't-
it?
I don't think you guys have ever seen The L Word, but
I've
the
seen one
first
episode.
episode, the pilot is the first 15 minutes is the main characters having sex, like a full-on sex scene.
Hot.
I'm listening.
And I like my
This is
little
available online, you
teenage-
say?
Showtime.
Showtime.
So
right?
you know it's like
Showtime. Fuck Showtime.
It's not Skinamax.
my mind
but
was
Max or
Showtime
nothing
did.
blown.
over here.
My little teenage mind was blown.
I bet.
Yeah.
What an awakening moment.
And then I watched all of that locked in my bathroom.
Sure.
And I remember this was during Christmas break because at Christmas, my aunts and my uncles would always give me money. And after Christmas, I put on a huge hoodie in like 100-degree weather and sunglasses. And I bought
Yes.
the boxed set of The L Word.
Yeah.
And that's how I spent my Christmas money on.
I love it. I love it. How old are you?
And I was like 12.
So you're 12 walking into a
Nice.
shop and you're buying a TVMA DVD and they're just like, fuck it.
The guy
you can have it.
the guy for sure didn't know what it was.
Oh, okay.
He for sure didn't.
It's
know
like,
what it
this
The
must be
L word,
something
and
about
you're, like,
hair
lying.
and makeup.
But the worst part is, not only did I not have permission to watch this, halfway through the show, spoiler alert for people who haven't watched The L Word, one of the main characters dies
Well, it's ruined for me now.
Yeah.
So
horrifically. Like she gets
I'm still
breast
going to watch the
cancer
opening
and
scene, but I'm not going to watch the
dies.
rest. That's on you.
I wouldn't call a breast cancer death horrific. Horrific is
it
like
is
a plane
horrific
crash.
because
Breast
they
cancer
had
is like
they had-
sad and long and awful.
don't bring Lexi Gray up.
Okay.
Okay, we won't.
She died in a plane crash.
Oh, my bad. Okay. And I'm sorry for your loss. And
No,
I'm
it
so
was
sorry.
horrific because
I feel
The
like I have to
whole- the
Google
whole
everything you
show-
say. Son of a bitch. Who is Lexi Gray? Keep going.
Lexi Gray is from Grey's Anatomy, who was also one of the first lesbians I saw, Arizona Robbins.
I forgot that you're a Grey's Anatomy girl. That's
Oh,
so funny.
you
Yeah,
hang
and
on.
it's really gay now.
You just asked us not to bring up a fictional character because of their fictional death.
Paula takes media very seriously. I think when you're in queer media, as we are, any queer death is here, Paula. Here. Go ahead. Thank you.
What are you guys doing when you do that? What am I missing?
What?
What are you
What do you
doing?
mean?
You
Wicked.
don't know the reference?
I haven't watched Wicked.
It's not from the movie. It's from the what felt like 12-month press tour lead-in. Cynthia Erivo
When they
and
go on
Ariana
all the-
Grande
yeah.
have absolutely fucked. They absolutely have, and it's okay. It's beautiful.
I'll hold space for that.
That's what we're talking about.
I know. I got it now. I was trying to tell you. Oh, I get what you're saying now. Okay. I've seen the clips
Okay.
of them like
Me
all over each
and-
other.
Yeah.
I'm in queer
Okay.
media. I'm in queer media.
Paula, if I can return to normalcy here for a second.
Oh, sorry.
I really am curious more on Drew's original question. Because honestly, Paula, I wanted to hear more of your experience. You grew up in a religious household, right? Like Catholic.
Yeah.
But you also had that experience, but you also had the experience of being a lesbian in Costa Rica and a different culture than here. But then you came here and you met your girlfriend. Are you guys still together?
Yeah.
Perfect. You met your girlfriend in Chicago.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Um,
did that. I did it.
Congratulations.
I
So
made this happen.
So you have so much of a perspective, and
Yeah.
I would love to hear more of it. So
You
Drew's
have
question,
so much of a perspective.
you have a great
That was great.
I'm
perspective.
so cultured.
You have so much
Yeah,
culture,
no.
and yeah,
I was raised Catholic, very Catholic. But also on
we didn't even plan that.
should we do a prayer?
I'm
No
always praying.
thanks.
I was also really lucky because on my mom's side of the family, We have a lot of gay people. So I wasn't the first.
Is it the water?
I wasn't the first.
It's like not filtered or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
Get in there.
The L Word disc was my cousin's that for some reason, she'd let my mom borrow.
Interesting.
So my cousin is gay. My uncle is gay. A lot of people in my family are gay. A lot of cousins and stuff. So it was like easier for me to go like, okay, this is a thing that can happen.
Yeah.
Then when I did, it was a little different because it was more of like and I'm sure everybody in my family went through this, of like, it's cool if like your cousin's gay, but you can't be gay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So it was very of like venturing through that of like, okay, but my cousin, she's allowed to bring her girlfriend, but I can't be gay in this situation. Like a lot of my family members had a hard time because I was the last one. I'm like the last one of the grandkids of my generation, and everybody was
And
like,
you
"Oh, she's."
ruined it.
I ruined it. Yeah.
Damn.
The first time I was in Chicago, I fucking love Chicago.
Why
It's
did
just
you go to
so-
Chicago?
To see you.
Hell yeah. Listen,
Yeah,
I
she's a
know
big
that I
Bulls
brought
fan.
you love. I know that if it weren't for me, not only would you have never fallen in love with anyone ever,
Or found
but you never
purpose.
would have gotten to experience the beauty of Chicago as a
That's
young
true.
gay person. Listen, Chicago's
It's the best. Honestly,
it's the best queer city.
If you are a young gay person,
Go to Chicago. Go.
It's so much fun.
Hey, and if you're straight, go to Chicago. Get a dog. Get a hot dog. Get deep dish pizza. I just want to be a part of what you guys are doing.
I did think it was interesting you said it was okay for the cousin to be gay, but not for you. Because, like, growing up, being gay was demonized growing up. But also, there
Rightfully
was
so.
a pretty similar attitude. Because I remember, Grant, I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember, I can't remember their names. This is awful. But we had that gay cousin who was a florist.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also had, like, his uncle was also gay, and
Yep.
so at every family reunion there was always this like kind of country gay man with like dyed black hair. Anyway, but like everyone treated them equally. No one ever said anything. Even our awful dad, like back then, everyone just treated them normally. It wasn't until recently, like for some reason, that dad started to demonize gay people. But I had the same feeling of like, oh, so that looks kind of normal, and like people are nice to them. I mean, they call them freaks behind their backs, but maybe it is okay if I'm gay. And then it turns out
That's something that
I wasn't.
That's something that I learned, that they were like so adamant about like teaching me as a kid that it was okay for gay people to exist, but in the background they probably struggled so hard. I remember my uncle, he's been with his husband for forever, since I was a little girl.
Yeah.
And they for some reason didn't want to tell me that was his boyfriend.
It was his roommate.
And they would say that he was straight, but he was metrosexual. Do you remember when that was a huge
Yeah.
thing in the early
Yeah.
2000s?
Yeah.
Justin
They
Timberlake.
loved saying that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think,
I remember
Drew,
that.
when you're talking
Grant
about...
was metrosexual when we were growing up. I never was. Grant got his hair dyed. You did a
All
lot
of
of
it.
You were pretty gay.
I just couldn't get the whole wiener thing. So, Drew,
Okay.
that's what it is. I was going to say
It's a big part of it. I'm sorry. I tried to play it off and be
Thank
cool,
you.
but you're absolutely right, Grant.
Thank
it is a big part of it.
Thank you.
The wiener's a huge part of it. Yeah.
Drew, I was going to tell you, when you talk to Dad, for example, about gay
Love him.
people, and kind of
Love
to your
him.
point too, Paula, that I think that there is almost there's a way that bigoted straight people will collect safe gays to put in their barn and like march them out in conversation. You know what I'm saying? So like if like my dad not too long ago was saying something insane about gay people,
What?
completely unprompted.
No way.
And I said, Dad,
What?
so I basically just said, hey, Dad, have you always like hated gay people, or is this like a new thing? And then he said, I hate gay people. Son, let me tell you. In 1976, and he tells me the story of
Was
like
it the
some
cover girl guy?
yes, this guy
Yeah.
that worked in advertising, And like he was super gay.
The vice president of CoverGirl's marketing or something. Yeah.
And so dad worked with him, and he was just like, what a great man. And you know, there was someone mistreated him or something, or someone said something about him, and dad like wouldn't stand for it. And the guy died of AIDS, dad went to the funeral, and he was just like, and I told everybody in my office, we're going to go and we're going to show our support to this man or whatever.
Spit on his grave.
And I was like, that's cool. You have a son, right? Do you remember Drew? That kid, super gay. That guy's super gay.
I'll be honest with you.
Maybe give him a call. He's not dead yet. He's not dead yet.
If I were to die of AIDS, Dad would suddenly be like, I always loved that guy. Like, he would be so happy to be able to wear that as
He
like
would
a
be Princess.
100%.
He was so cool. We had a love-hate thing. He was so cool. No one else understands
when I finally had to come out to him, since everyone else was like super into knowing what I did with my mouth and butt and penis.
I'm less interested now, but
The
at the time.
first thing he said after we got over the initial like, oh yeah, I'm
What
gay.
is on your mouth?
I put Lanolips on.
Oh my
and if I
God,
put too much
dude.
on, it
Looks like cotton
It
candy.
gets really white. It's nipple cream, but it's really good for your lips. Right after he's like, let's talk about your sexuality. Are you gay? Yes. Cool. He's like, well, I want you to be happy and I want you to live your life, but you have to be careful because there was a guy that I worked with when I worked with CoverGirl. And he told me the exact same story.
Amazing.
And the only reason like it stayed with me is because he tells that story a lot. Like since I came out, so over 20 years ago, he has probably told that story at least once a year since then.
And he's not the only one. Yeah, I mean, like that is a straight bigoted move. Is you have
It's funny.
you have that.
It's funny that you use the term safe gays because I've experienced that too, where they'll have like a straight person is fine with a queer person as long as they're like fitting into their mold of like, yeah, they're gay. He's gay, but he's still masculine, so he's good.
Yeah.
And like,
he's not a drag
they're
queen.
trans, but they pass. So this is the trans person that I like.
Yeah.
But when it's like something that fits out of it, that's when they get real mad.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I've thought, like, how many people, and myself included, how many people, when they're trying to show a bigoted person, a trans person for the first time, we all know that we need to show a passable person because that is so important to straight people.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Passable meaning they're unclockable.
Right.
Not a soul can clock. Not a soul can
Not a soul can clock.
Okay. So I remember showing Dad, this was years ago, but the person I always show whenever I need to have this conversation is Gigi Gorgeous. Gigi Gorgeous is the first person I go to.
I'm laughing too.
And
I'm just gonna Google.
I wonder
something
how
real
many
quick,
people
because I get it.
Gigi Gorgeous is that person for them. Because she was one of the first trans people that I knew about in the world that wasn't like, oh, there's that one actor. You know, like she was the first like lifestyle brand out trans woman. And yeah, she's like a Barbie doll. She's like a real life Barbie doll.
Absolutely looks like a Barbie doll, yeah.
And she's really nice. I went to her brother's Halloween party and she was so nice, except I was dressed as a sexy nun. And the only other person at the party dressed as a sexy nun was Gigi Gorgeous.
I bet you look like shit.
I looked like shit.
I bet you
I looked like
shit.
absolute shit.
I bet you look like an actual nun.
Is it your the one you've worn
You
on the
know,
show?
the one I've worn 1,000 times.
Amazon one?
Oh,
Okay,
you
first
looked
of all,
like shit. She probably had hers made.
No. Hers was also Amazon. She just didn't have to fake her body, and so she used her real boobs and her incredible ass. And you know what? I don't care. I wasn't there for that.
That was a crazy night on Twitter.
Can I ask
On
you?
Twitter?
Whoa, what happened on Twitter?
What do you mean?
Because we left right after your set. And then the next day on Twitter, I was checking, and they were like, this guy at Fat Slut, like, put a wiener
Yes.
up somebody's butt
And then ate it out. Yeah.
and Grant was there, and
It was the fat
So
But
slowly
it
we
wasn't
left
me. But it wasn't
after
me.
drag
I didn't
con.
do that.
No,
Is
we
that what you're
left.
implying?
sounds like you did.
But you could have seen it. Like
Yeah, I
we
could have seen it.
rescued you.
Don't say rescue me. Like, let me fly. I'm a peacock. I gotta fly.
Yeah.
Paula, back to lesbians. Can you tell me what is the, like, culturally, your experience, Costa Rica versus America, positives, negatives? Do you see a big difference, like, culturally around being a lesbian, like, openly a lesbian in Costa Rica versus here? Or no? Or is that a stupid
Yes,
question? Oh,
but
okay, good.
also,
Oh,
like,
thank God.
I've been really lucky that I live in like the most liberal part. Like I live in the city, and I have, for some reason, just surrounded myself with gay people before we even came out.
Because we're more
Which
fun.
it usually happens. Like you gravitate towards people, even
The
though you don't really,
weirdos.
kind of, yeah. So I've been really lucky in that sense. But yes, it is very straight culture. Like outside of my tiny little circle, I know that it's rough. I've been hate crimed in both. So like
Really?
yeah.
You don't have to say anything you don't want to. Trigger warning, but
Say it.
say it.
So here, I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we were I think we were out getting dinner or something, and we were holding hands, and it was at night, and we were walking to the car, and these boys started following us. And for some reason, it's kind of like the same experience in America. This happened too with my current girlfriend.
Really?
Where it's like a group of boys, and they're always like, are those lesbians? Are those dykes? You just need to be fucked right. You just need a good and they like follow you. They like actively follow you.
You say
And-
boys, like are they teenagers
men.
or
They're like teenagers. They're like 15, 16.
fuck those guys?
And
Let's go get them, Drew.
it's like very, I think if you talk to most lesbians, they've been through something similar, or any queer women in like a lesbian relationship, you kind of have like a go-to plan. You're just like, you keep your head down, you run to the car, and that's what you do. And it's like unspoken. Like we don't really talk about this like situation, but it happens to all of us, which is why I'm so shocked that you were shocked that this was a thing.
Me or Grant?
You. She's not shocked that
Both
I don't
of
know
you, I
things.
guess.
I'm stupid.
Well, I would see it from like the straight guy, but like haven't you been in crime so much?
I guess. Yeah, I guess. It's just been more like passing comments. I don't know that I've never had anyone follow me, but I have had people. I don't know, Grant, if you remember this, but I tell this story a lot. When we were in college, we were back at home for some break, and we were at Target. And I don't know why it was just you and me, but we were at Target, and you go, so do you notice that like everyone's looking at you? Does that happen a lot?
I remember that.
And I was like, yeah, it happens constantly in the South. Like, yeah. Because I think at the time, even, I don't know if I was still at MC. I think I was still at MC. But like,
Mississippi
yeah,
College.
I'm skinny and effeminate. And yeah, it happens all the time.
Well, and your
That's one
shorts,
thing.
your
Also-
balls hung out a lot. Like looking back on it, like
Yeah, you had your whole butt
your
out.
whole butt, your little coin slot
that's-
was always out.
So I'm supposed to answer for fashion? Like I'm supposed to, I
a
take
good
the
point.
blame for fashion? That's stupid.
Yeah, I'm
no,
sorry.
but it does make me think like, okay, I definitely would have been in porn if I were 18, 19-year-old Drew in today's world, because even back then, the standard for men at the time, and yes, twinks were a thing, but they weren't the thing that they are today. And even back then, I never felt confident.
Google it.
And now I know, in today's world, old pictures of me from the early aughts, they would sell like hotcakes on OnlyFans.
You'd be the talk of the town.
I would be
on
the
Twitter.
Which, by the way,
of the
if you
twink.
get on Patreon for our top tier, we got a new tier. It's called the Old Drew Photos. Old Drew
Oh my
Twink
God!
Photos.
No, you don't even have to pay for them. Give me your email. I'll send them to you
No,
right now.
Drew, stop.
Anybody?
God,
Send
stop
me a
giving this stuff
comment.
away.
Send me a DM.
No, listen, don't send him a DM. Don't show your butthole to anybody, Drew. I don't know how many times I've had to say that, especially around Christmas.
It's so
but don't.
beautiful. It is
So,
beautiful. No
Paula,
matter what you
I've
say.
wondered what my like calling in life is going to be now that God has abandoned me.
Yeah.
Technically,
and
you abandoned him, but go
Can
ahead.
I ask you, what do you think about this? At night, I'll stalk the city quietly as like Batman, and I'll be looking for lesbians. Now listen, I'll keep a distance, but I will protect them from these boys. And I'll be so close, and they won't know I'm there. But I'll be there, lesbians. Whatever city you're in, wherever you're expressing your love for one another, I'll protect that love. And I'll keep those boys away from you. So do you think I should stalk lesbians? Do you think that's what I should do with my life?
Really quick. Paula,
What?
Paula, before you answer this, I'm so sorry. Okay.
I think the answer is yes, but go ahead.
So you're saying, Grant, that you, at 40 years old,
Yep.
want to wander the streets of Florida at night.
Stalk. I said stalk. Go ahead. I didn't just say Florida.
Worse.
Anywhere lesbians express their love for one
Following
another.
lesbians around while
Who are in
also
love.
keeping an
Who are in
eye
love.
out for teenage boys.
Yes.
So you're going to be stalking lesbians, but also making
At
sure
night?
you're
Stalking
aware
teenage boys.
of where all the teenage boys are. Is that
At
what you're
night.
saying? At night. At night. Okay.
So that to protect the love of the lesbians, I will force my body upon the
Onto
teenage boys
Right.
to
right,
keep
right.
them away from the
them
lesbians.
safe. Paula, what do you think of that?
Paula, are you in?
Grant, this is just getting worse and
Yeah.
worse.
That's my
So-
brother.
So you're in.
I don't think that's your calling.
Okay. I'll keep
I
looking.
But you got really good at clocking queer women at DragCon.
Thank
I
you.
will say that.
That was a
Thank you.
fingernail thing.
Thank you. No. I mean, yes, it was a fingernail thing.
There we go.
You
There
got to
we go.
pop that one off your ring finger, dude. You trying to puncture a... Oh, come on. Don't do that. We're cutting that out.
That's
I fucking hate that.
you started it as such a cool lesbian thing, and then you
And then it went...
turned it
I
on
don't even
its
know
head.
what that was.
Sorry, everybody.
You know what? I'm not going to protect you at night. I'm going to let all the teenage boys get you. So,
Oh, no.
oh,
I'm
gross.
a drag queen. I would
No.
hate that.
Paula, yes, at DragCon, yes, you taught me what to look for, and I was shocked. And there were so many. Sometimes you just said you had some sort of innate ability. I was like, what about this young woman here? And you're like lesbian.
She
And I was
does.
like, why?
It's just the vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said vibe. I don't know. It was really impressive. Can I ask you on that? What are the lesbian stereotypes that you love and the ones that you hate? What are the ones you're like, shut up about that? But what are the ones where you're like, I can't even argue with that. That's just life.
I feel like I find all the stereotypes really funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me
Same.
Because, like,
give me the
I
best
feel the same
ones.
way
At the
about
end
gay
of the
ones.
day-
Yeah, same.
yeah, at the end of the day, they're kind of accurate.
All
Yeah.
right. So give me some of
But
them.
you're not allowed to say that, Grant. You're not allowed to
Yeah.
say that.
Okay.
That's the
I
difference.
hate them. What am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
You don't stereotype queer people,
Don't
You
Stereotype-
can't stereotype us,
even though they're
but they're
Don't.
so funny.
Not from this guy. I think they're problematic. Paula, what are some of the best? Give me some of the stereotypes that we need to know.
well. The short nails are always go to.
Don't
The,
stereotype.
the Darby thing, because femmes do this a lot. They'll do like a long nail, short,
Short.
long nail.
Yeah.
To still get their nails done. Really funny. I really like the carabiner one. We love carabiners.
Well, they're practical.
Why do you think that is? What's the carabiner? What's that about?
It's been like fairly recent, I think, in these last couple years.
Huh.
And it's so like it's such a huge stereotype that like
It
Muna
hasn't been
has-
recent in the last couple of years. I remember that when I was a kid. Are you kidding?
Well, it's gone back in style.
Oh, Y2K.
Because it's gone
Y2K.
much that they have like big lesbian artists release merch of like carabiners.
That's funny.
There's a Muna carabiner, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
funny.
we should
And I want
release a
one.
Paula carabiner with the
a
IMHO
carabiner
logo
that
on
just
it.
says Paula on
Yeah, it has the IMHO logo and then it just has Paula on it.
it. That would
Buy
be
our
pretty funny.
Paula carabiner. I could
You know,
I
our
could use my
contract
laser
with
engraver.
Drag Queen merch
I
is
could
up
do
in
it.
February, so we could
I
start
could make
making
'em.
really weird stuff again. What?
Happy
I could make it with my laser engraver. I could engrave Paula
Why don't you?
into the carabiner.
Why don't you work on some carabiners? Why don't you
I
bring
will.
us some samples and then we'll
Absolutely.
test them out?
All right, so we got carabiner, we got the nails. What are
Home
some
Depot.
others?
Home Depot's a big one.
Home Depot, U-Haul,
U-Haul.
you know, all of that.
Like you like Home
I
Depot
always-
because you're handy?
Yeah. It's like our Disney World.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of lesbians at Disney World. I think Disney World's your Disney World. I've
There
noticed.
are a lot of lesbians at Disney World.
A lot of lesbians
I
at Disney
try to
World.
not associate myself with Disney gays.
Okay, well,
Controversial? So sorry.
Grant is
I-
a Disney gay. Grant's
Yeah.
like the Disney gay.
I really
well,
like
but you
it.
live in Florida. You kind of have to if you live in Florida.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. I don't like the way you said that, Drew. That was a little. She sounded nice about it. You were really judgmental. Give me some
I
more
was.
stereotypes. Give me another one before Drew says something.
Oh,
A
that'll
stereotype
upset me.
of a Disney mom is her husband is at war and she has more gums than teeth.
I knew you were gonna say gums. I knew you were gonna go for the gums.
And she carries her Stanley with like a million things, her keys.
Okay, can I tell
I'd
you
like to
this,
apologize
though?
to my wife. I'd like to apologize to my wife who's listening
I
to this
love
right now.
my
Paula,
Stanley.
you nailed it.
Is your wife a Disney adult?
Yes.
You know I'm obsessed with Angela.
I don't.
You know I'm
think,
obsessed with
Everyone's obsessed with Angela.
I don't
She's
think
easy to love.
She loves Disney, yes, but also like she has all the Stanley stuff. Like that's a big. She's all Stanley'd out. Anyway,
I do
but you're
Hydro
right.
Peak. I
You're
don't
right.
do Stanley, but I will say Curtis sometimes gets a little when we go on hikes. He'll be like, "Are you gonna bring that like giant cup?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because I can put
What are you
cold
using, Paula? What's that?
coffee in it, and it'll stay there for
I
48
know
hours."
Awala's.
That's what I use. I have so many
A what?
Owalas. We're best friends. I told you we're best friends.
Yeah.
I have so many of those.
Oh, they have that at Urban
Look at my
Outfitters.
I love it.
It is a sleepy time tea bear listening to Boy Genius.
I love it.
Okay, that's pretty gay.
That's pretty gay.
Who are the lesbians on the wall behind you? Are they famous?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Ah, look at that bitch. That blonde hair
Probably
bitch.
don't try hard enough.
She sucks.
Grant,
hey,
what
why
was
don't
the
you
point
have
of
me
this? You just
on
wanted
your
to hear
wall?
more lesbian?
I love lesbian. All right, I want more. I have more lesbian questions. Paula,
Okay.
Drew. Actually, Paula, hang on. Drew, answer this question. What is Paula's type? We know because she texts us
Okay.
all the time.
It's
Okay.
so easy.
Paula's type. Go, please.
She likes a brunette.
Of course.
Gays. She dates. What are they called? Boyfriend twins, girlfriend twins.
Huh?
Pretty similar. When gay people date themselves,
You think I
they're
like
called boyfriend
people who look like me?
twins. You like dark hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
important. Anyway, no, she likes like dark hair. I would say like
There's one
Maybe-
distinct feature that you have always. But
big nose.
there it is. Not
She has a
big.
big
Love
nose.
you
No,
love
but,
prominent,
interesting,
prominent
like
nose.
prominent.
Yeah.
It's a character.
Yeah.
A character nose. Yeah. So think of Ainsley B from Taskmaster, Grant. She's a good one.
Yeah, I'm actually looking her up right now. That's exactly who I was thinking of.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
because
one
you
of the-
messaged us about her.
So, we all love.
Hang on, I'm pulling her
Taskmaster.
up.
We do.
I
We're not
Listener.
monsters.
I cannot get into
Uh-huh.
a season if there isn't a woman that I'm attracted to in the season.
There usually
Here she
is,
is.
though.
Here
it's
she
a
is
good
for
thing.
you.
I would say
Paola.
more Charlotte Ritchie.
Yeah.
No.
And I hate her. I hated her on the show. She was awful. The terrible one. Remember it was from a COVID season and she was so bad at the show.
Oh, from
She was
Ghost.
so
and you.
From Ghosts.
Bad.
Yeah, from Ghosts.
And you. And the latest season of you.
And Feel Good with Mae Martin.
She was so bad on Taskmaster, and I love her in everything.
So
she was
bad.
so bad
She
on
was
it.
the worst. There's no one compares to how bad she was.
And I loved it.
because she couldn't even
was
laugh
so
at herself.
She was so embarrassed.
Bad.
That's the thing, though. I feel like, oh, she's so pretty.
She's fine.
No one's denying how pretty she is.
I feel like
I'm
no,
just saying.
my
I
type,
did.
my
On
type is very
Taskmaster.
fruity. This is my Christmas present.
Listen,
One of my friends
yeah.
got me a few years ago.
Who is it?
It's Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, yeah.
An Aubrey Plaza Jesus candle.
So would you like us to show you what she was like on Taskmaster? This is how much personality she had. You ready? That's it. impression over. This is her on Taskmaster.
Bad.
Oh, someone said
Bad.
something really funny.
I feel like she
That's what she
realized that she did a really bad job, and so when she was at the studio, she was like, "I don't want to be here. I know I did terribly."
I think, but
Yeah,
I think
but I would
there,
expect
just turn
some
it on.
sort of entertainment value, you dumb bitch. Sorry. She made me so
God.
mad.
Although,
Because it's
God.
a dream. It's a dream to be on Taskmaster. And when you show
Yeah.
up and you're that
Yeah.
shitty, and then fucking Greg flirts with you the whole time, despite the fact that
Yeah.
you are bringing the show down single-handedly.
Yeah,
you're just a hater.
it's upsetting.
Yes.
Paula, it's upsetting.
It's upsetting. It's upsetting as
upsetting.
a viewer to watch that shit. Last night, we were watching the new episode of Junior Taskmaster,
I
which
can't
I'm
get
loving, by the way.
I don't like it.
It's
Well, you're too
Oh,
young. Wait
what's
until
wrong with
you're
you?
older.
I
Wait until
just-
you're older.
oh,
She's too young.
yeah.
She's too young.
You're too young. You're too young. You're too
When
young.
I was
Yeah.
your age, I felt the same thing about kids. But when
You-
you get to
you're
be
too
our
young.
age,
You're too
it's
young.
exciting and new.
Because you're like,
And
oh,
Mike
look at these little
Wozniak.
guys.
Mike Wozniak can bend me over and stab me in the chest.
Why can't
Okay.
you just? We need a signal for like Grant. Take your AirPods out. You know what I mean?
I didn't make it sexual. I said he could murder me. I was going to make it sexual, and then I realized that
wiener.
was probably not good. So I said he'd stab me with a knife.
Yeah,
Calm down.
It wouldn't test well in a room with a straight guy and a lesbian.
Anyway, well, both of you
Thank you.
are not in my room, technically. Actually,
We're
you're
in
both
your
right
room.
there. Do you see?
A friendship.
That's your signatures right there. And down here.
Cute.
Oh.
Anyway, no, but I was watching the show and one of the kids was so fucking cute and he was having the time of his life. And I turned to Curtis and I was like, can you imagine being a kid and your family loves Taskmaster? It's like the one show that the entire family watches. And then you get to be on fucking Taskmaster.
Right.
Like,
Right.
what a fucking dream. That is a peak. That kid will do nothing better in his life.
Yeah.
He is
Just
done.
crimes.
8
He'll
years
do
old.
crimes after
Call
that.
it. Call
Yeah.
it. Crimes. You can only do crimes
He's
after
only
that.
doing crimes.
It's so the fact that she got to be on it for 10 episodes, or was it 12? Doesn't matter.
No, 10.
Felt
Anyway,
like
I
longer.
hate her. Felt like
You guys
longer.
are haters. Why can't a girl just be pretty?
That seems. I don't know.
So women, to me, aren't just objects. Women, to me, have brains.
Drew, I appreciate this because I'm feeling you on this, but I also feel like we're just two white dudes telling the one woman on our show what women are. So I don't know. It just feels weird. Like a bad place to be. I don't know how we
Women,
ended up
to
on
me,
this.
are
Okay.
brains.
All right, so Paula, listen, we've talked for a long time. I have absolutely loved it. I'm so glad that you gave us all this time. We talked to you forever. Thank you for teaching me more about the L word. Love.
We could have a whole episode on the chart of the L word. Don't get me started.
The
If
show.
you
I
want,
just
if
meant
anyone wants to hear
lesbians
that,
in general.
We'll do it
then
a
tell
Patreon,
Paula to make her own podcast.
a Patreon exclusive where I just go through every hookup on the L word.
Yeah.
I would love for you to make that. I would love for you to put so much fucking time into it and no one watch it. Please, no one watch it.
No,
Just put it
people would watch it. People
would watch.
corny.
I know people would watch it. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here. This was great. I
had
want to
the
have you
best
back
time.
for sure.
This is for all the lesbians out there. We love you.
Truly.
We love
you.
you.
We love you. Ally.
I wouldn't have the job
is-
I have without lesbians. That's
Neither would I.
serious. Like, the reason I have
Neither would I.
my life is because of lesbians.
Well, Paula, do you have any closing thoughts to all of the like you're the patron saint of lesbianism here on Twinnuendo. Do you have any parting wisdom for our lesbians?
God,
God.
what a just be gay. Angela
Yeah.
from Smosh, if you're watching this, follow me on Instagram. That's it. That's my.
Oh, you love Smosh.
I do. Can we go on Smosh?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you guys got going on, but I gotta go. I've got to stalk some lesbians to keep them safe and
You gotta go watch
find
the-
all those teenage boys.
Okay. Thank you so much. Paula, if you could start making more TikToks, that would be great. Thank you so much.
Paula, get back to work, please.
Love you.
Why are
Thank
you
you
here?
for being here.
Get back to work.
I don't know why you're not working right now.
Why aren't you working? Why don't you have your
You
phone?
should be working.
Get your phone out, please. Bye.